Most people who are broke don't know they're broke. That's the part nobody talks about. They have jobs, they have cars, some of them have houses. They go on vacation once a year, post it on Instagram, and feel, for about 4 days, like everything is fine. And then Monday comes back, and the paycheck comes in, and it goes right back out. And somewhere quietly, they've convinced themselves that this is just how life works. But here's what I want you to sit with for a second. What if you're not behind? What if, without even realizing it, you've already crossed a line that most people around you never will? There are signs, quiet ones. And by the time this video is done, you're either going to feel a deep sense of confirmation or you're going to know exactly what to fix. Stay with me, because sign number 7 is the one that separates people who talk about wealth from people who actually build it. Most people get it completely backwards. The first sign is one you can test right now tonight. You don't panic when something breaks. Your car needs a repair. Your phone screen cracks. A medical bill shows up. And instead of the cold dread, instead of that sick feeling in your stomach where you're already calculating which bill to delay, you just handle it. That's not a small thing. For a huge portion of the country, an unexpected $400 expense is a genuine crisis, not a headache. A crisis. So if you've got a buffer, even an imperfect one, even one you're still building, you're operating at a level of financial dignity that most people have never experienced. Your nervous system is calmer, your decisions are clearer, you are by every meaningful measure ahead. Sign 2. You've stopped competing with people who look rich. This one's quiet and it's powerful. There's a friend in your circle, maybe a cousin, maybe a coworker, who always has the new thing. New car every 3 years, expensive dinners, trips they post about. And for a while, maybe you felt something when you saw it. A little itch, a little comparison. But at some point, something shifted. You started wondering how they're actually paying for all that. You started noticing that the people who look the most financially successful are often the most financially fragile. Thomas Stanley spent decades studying America's wealthy and found something that stunned people. Most actual millionaires drive used cars, live in modest homes, and would never be recognized at a dinner party. The ones performing wealth rarely have it. The ones who have it rarely perform. When you stop needing to perform, that's a sign. Sign 3, your money moves before you touch it. You don't save what's left. You spend what's left after saving. There's a version of you that existed a few years ago who waited until the end of the month, hoped there was something remaining, and transferred whatever scraps were left into a savings account that was really just a holding space for future impulse decisions. The financially ahead version of you is different now. The 401k contribution comes out before you see your paycheck. The automatic transfer to your investment account happens the day after payday. The Roth IRA contribution is already scheduled. You've essentially engineered yourself out of the decision. And that's the insight. Willpower is a terrible financial strategy. Systems win. If your money is moving automatically toward wealth while you're still asleep, you are playing a different game than most people around you. Sign 4. You understand the difference between an asset and a lifestyle upgrade. A lot of people buy things that feel like investments. The brand new car that holds its value, the luxury apartment that builds your network, the watch that is actually an asset. And look, nobody's judging the enjoyment. Enjoy things. But the financially ahead person has a clear line in their mind. They know what a real asset is. Something that produces income, builds equity, or appreciates over time without you having to do anything. Everything else is a lifestyle choice. Not wrong, just honest about what it is. The moment you stopped blurring that line, your financial trajectory changed. And if you're watching this video at all, there's a good chance you already made that mental shift. That's not nothing. Most people never make it. Now we're at sign 5. And this is where it starts to get interesting. You have more than one stream of income, or you're actively building one. It doesn't have to be dramatic. A side project, a rental income, dividends from an index fund that barely pays out yet, a skill you occasionally freelance. None of these have to be replacing your salary right now, But the fact that you're not depending entirely on a single employer to determine your financial future, that's a structural advantage most people don't have. One income stream is a single point of failure. Two is security. Three is freedom. If you're somewhere between 1 and 3 right now, you're already on the right side of that equation. Sign 6, you think in decades, not months. Most financial stress is short term. What's due this month? What the credit card balance is right now? What the bonus looks like this quarter? But the financially ahead person has a second timeline running in the background. They're thinking about what their portfolio looks like in 15 years. They're thinking about the compounding they're setting up today. They make current sacrifices that don't make sense until you zoom out. If you've ever declined something that would have made your present more comfortable because it would have hurt your future, you think in decades. That's a rare thing. Most people can't feel a future that's 15 years away. You can. That's worth more than any single financial decision you'll ever make. And here's sign 7, the one I told you to wait for. Drop a comment if this one hits home because I want to know how many of you feel this. You've made peace with being misunderstood about money. Your friends think you're cheap when you're actually building. Your family thinks you're doing fine because you don't complain, and they don't realize how intentional your spending is. Your coworkers can't understand why you didn't buy the bigger house when you got the promotion. And here's the thing, you've stopped explaining yourself, not because you're hiding, but because you finally understand something that most people spend their whole life missing. Your financial life is not a social performance. You're not building wealth for their validation. You are building it for your future freedom. The moment you stopped needing approval for your financial decisions, you became truly dangerous, in the best possible way. Sign 8, your net worth is growing even when your income isn't. If you were to look at your actual numbers, assets minus liabilities, and that number is trending upward quarter over quarter, year over year, even in slow months, that's a machine working for you. It means your investments are compounding. It means you're not lifestyle inflating every time you get a raise. It means you've got more going out toward wealth creation than toward consumption. That's not common. Most people's net worth tracks their salary almost perfectly. When income goes up, spending goes up to match. You've broken that pattern. That's the whole game. Sign 9, you've had the uncomfortable money conversations. With your partner, with yourself, maybe even with a financial advisor. You know what's coming in, what's going out, and approximately where you want to be in 10 years. The financially behind person avoids these conversations with everything they have. The numbers feel like a verdict on their worth as a human being, so they just never look. You looked. You keep looking. That simple act of financial self-awareness puts you ahead of most households in this country. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do that now. This channel exists for people who are actually serious about building wealth, not just watching videos about it. Sign 10, the last one, and maybe the most powerful. You failed at something financially, and you didn't quit. The failed investment, the bad business decision, the year you overspent and started over, the month you had to borrow money and it humiliated you. If something like that is in your history and you're still here, still watching, still building, that's not a weakness in your story. That's the credential. Most people quit after a financial loss. They go numb. They tell themselves money is complicated and hand the wheel to whoever's nearest. You didn't. You learned the lesson, absorbed the cost, and kept moving. There is no version of real wealth that doesn't have a failure chapter in the middle. Here's what I want you to sit with before you close this video. Being financially ahead has almost nothing to do with your income level. Nothing. It's about awareness, behavior, and the quiet, unglamorous decisions you make when no one is watching. Some of the most financially precarious people alive right now have six-figure salaries. And some of the most quietly secure people you'll ever meet make half of that. They just play a completely different game. If even 4 or 5 of those signs resonated with you today, you are not behind. You are building something real, slowly, intentionally, in a world that is designed to take everything you earn and hand it to someone else. Keep building. If this video made you see your own finances differently, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one.